Hey everybody, welcome back. On this episode of Crawl TV, I went up to PRP seats and I bought 8 racing seats for the Crawl guys. So we're within 2 months of the Rubicon Trail now, and I don't know about the rest of the guys, but I'm really feeling the pressure. The high school Jeep is almost good to go. I need to put a roll cage in it, a new steering box, and a couple other really small things, but for the most part, I'm pretty squared away. I cannot speak for the rest of the Crawl guys. Jack was up here this weekend. He was trying to replace his timing cover in his Jeep. He snapped a bolt, broke his new timing cover. So everything's coming back apart on the front of that motor, and he is going to run into a real crunch period trying to get that thing together. Paul was also up here this weekend with the split decision CJ5. He brought a new gas tank with him, but he was missing some really critical parts to get that installed. So nothing happened with that. And actually, he was out here off-roading that thing around, trying to get more comfortable with it. And he bent a leaf spring, and he has a bent drag link on his steering component. So Paul's got a ton of work ahead of him. He wants to put a roll cage in his Jeep as well. I really don't know if he's going to get all that done. So I can feel the stress secondhand. I hope he's feeling it on his end. And then Luke with the Cream Puff CJ5 has actually been doing a lot of work on that Jeep. He got a new fuel pump in it. It's running really well. And he took the hardtop off of it recently. And he's actually on his way out here today. And I'm going to surprise him with a pair of these seats, a set of harnesses, a tow strap, and some tie-down straps to get him set up for the Rubicon Trail. So I'm really excited. Now I want to show you guys what I picked up when I went to PRP. Obviously, we are within 8 weeks of the Rubicon Trail. There's no time to custom order seats, but I have been thinking a lot about the safety aspect of this and how I can keep everybody in one piece all the way to the end of this trail. And frankly, the condition of these Jeeps is just not going to cut it. I don't care if we break down and have to get towed all the way out, but I want to make sure that nobody gets hurt. So I went to PRP and they have a new in-stock seat option where you can literally buy seats off of the shelf. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go up and get PRPs for the Crawl guys. Steph and I have a set of Comp Elites in the high school Jeep, and they rock. They're so comfortable. They're so secure. I actually made a video about it recently where I built seat brackets for it and installed those. And honestly, it completely changed the Jeep for me. So I wanted to make sure that those guys kind of had the same experience where they felt secure in their vehicles, they felt strapped in, and if, heaven forbid, something goes wrong, they're going to stay secured in the vehicles and they'll stay safe. I don't want a Jeep landing on somebody and killing them halfway through the trail. So I went up to PRP and picked up these seats. There's only 2 different kinds of seats on this trailer, but we have 2 different colors as well. So we're going to go through these really quick. These 4 seats on the tail end of this versatile trailer are PRP daily drivers in gray. They come in 2 options, gray or black. So a pair of these is going to go into the M83, which is the M38A1 that's out in Dallas, Texas. I'm going to have to ship 2 of these really soon. The other 2 are going to go into the White Lightning YJ. So this actually matches the interior of the YJ so perfectly. It's not a crime to mess with that pristine interior if you're going to upgrade to something like this. These 2 seats here are PRP daily drivers in black. These are going to go in the split decision CJ5. They are so much nicer than those seats. Paul's seat brackets are broken. He's flopping all over the place. And yesterday when he was out here off-roading, he almost flew all the way out of his Jeep. And I was like, man, I wish I could show him what I bought for him, but I had to film this video first. So this is going to be probably the most necessary upgrade for Paul because he is going to try and hurt himself on that trail. He's got a handful of a Jeep. And then lastly here, these are the seats for Cream Puff CJ5. These are PRP Premiers. They're a little bit wider, a little bit set back further. You can see these come in 2 options normally. Premiers either have a headrest or they come in a low back, but if you want the in-stock option, it's going to have the headrest on them. So I got these for Luke in black, and Luke's seats are actually pretty cool. They're like a vinyl material. I think they're from an early Bronco, but they're super flat and they are really slippery. And the very first time that I rode in Cream Puff out in Santa Cruz when we went to buy it, I was terrified of falling out of that Jeep. there's nothing but a lap belt, and the passenger lap belt is broken. So you have to hold on, and you sit so high in that Jeep that it feels like you're just gonna fly out the passenger side. So I'm sure it feels the same way for the driver, but at least he has a wheel to hold on to. This is gonna go into Cream Puff CJ5, and it is going to completely transform that Jeep. So Luke's on his way up here right now. I'm gonna set this up and surprise him so that when he gets here, he's planning on bringing out a new best top bimini top to install on his Jeep. We're actually going to be installing PRP seats, a best top bimini top, and I'm going to get him set up with these new 4.3 harnesses and a tow strap and tie downs to tow his Jeep to the Rubicon Trail. So I'm really excited about this. He's probably 15 minutes out. Let's check in when he gets here. So you guys, we got all of the seats out of the boxes, and we got to take a look at them for the first time before any of the crawl guys got to see them. As a matter of fact, some of the crawl guys don't even know about them yet, but this is really important to me for the purpose of safety, that we all make it through the Rubicon Trail in one piece. We are taking a bunch of old Jeeps that are not necessarily the safest things on the planet, and we're taking them out to the Rubicon. But we have one of the crawl guys here today. So Luke is here, and he actually got to put his eyes on his new Premier seats for the first time. I'm gonna swap the camera around and let Luke tell you a little bit more about the stuff that he got from PRP and Speedstrap, and we have a little bit of best top stuff here too. So we're gonna go through what Cream Puff is gonna get set up with so that this can actually make it through the trail in one piece, get recovered, and ride around in style. So here's Luke.
What's going on, y'all? I made a surprise visit up to the ranch today, and I had no idea that there was going to be boxes of different PRP and best top stuff hanging out at the ranch today. We went ahead and unboxed some of the stuff that's going to be going into Cream Puff, and I'm going to go through and walk about the different parts that are going into this Jeep. So right off the bat, I've got these bitchin' brand new Premier PRP seats, and this is part of the program that they've got going on where they've got in-stock seats, so you can go down to the facility, order them online, and they'll get shipped out almost immediately. So I'm excited for these. I think they match Cream Puff's vibe. They're black with the white accent, and I think that it's going to give me the security I need, because frankly, this Jeep's a little bit frightening to drive around on these old Bronco seats. They're slippy, they're slidey, and they've got a lap belt that frankly doesn't do too much. So that kind of leads me on to the next thing. We've got these easy harnesses, the 4.3s. So they're a little bit vintage in the fact that they've got the lap buckle that comes down, and I'm looking forward to the 4 points because I don't think I'm going to move out of these Premier seats on the Rubicon. So that's fresh. We're going to have 2 seats going in here, 2 sets of harnesses. One of the other things is we've got this Lil Mama kinetic rope. It's rated up to 15,000 pounds, so I'm pretty sure we could slingshot one of these Jeeps to the moon if we wanted to. But I think this is going to be awesome for the Rubicon. I guarantee one of us is going to get stuck, break an axle, or be in a situation where we need to get tugged. So looking forward to this guy. And then another thing that you might notice is Cream Puff has lost its top, and for good reason. It was so heavy. Every time I was driving this Jeep, I frankly thought I was going to roll over, even on like pretty moderate trails that I would, not worry about typically. But we took the top off. I wheeled it around yesterday, and I'm much happier with the results. But I also got really hot, and I have this really pasty complexion. So I went for one of these best top traditional bikini tops. I think it'll be good for Cream Puff's retro styling and all that, and really looking forward to have the shade on the Rubicon. So bummed I couldn't run the hard top, but it's nice that there's other options out there that make it so I can actually off-road this thing. Yeah, I was really stoked to just come up here and have this all surprised laid out. I think I told Jared I was coming because I forgot my keys up here, and he laid it out like it was Christmas morning, and he's my Santa. So I'm really looking forward to the Rubicon now. This, with the harnesses, is a game changer. I can't tell you how frightening this thing was to drive beforehand. Now, if I roll, I'll be a little bit more confident that I'm not going to fly out of the vehicle. Alrighty, so we kind of talked about what Cream Puff had in here, and you might have seen it in other videos, but these are the vintage Bronco seats that have been living in Cream Puff for what looks to be a pretty long time. They've had their time in the sun. They've been cracked open. I think they're beautiful seats, and if I was doing Sunday night cruises down to the burger joints, I'd be fine with them. But we're going to do the Rubicon, and we need some more serious seats in here. Those Premiers, I think we're envisioning, are going to drop in on this rail. We might have to drop them a little lower, but overall, I can't tell you how excited I am to actually be locked into this vehicle, because when I drive it now, it is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and there's no real safety going on here. These seatbelts, you know, they'll hold you in a little bit, but you're sliding right out of them. So I'm really excited to get these PRPs in. I think that over the next coming weeks, we'll make some progress on this, make sure that they fit really nicely. And the tubs have actually been cut down a little bit, so I think we're working with a little bit more room than an average early CJ5, but we'll see what we need to do and we'll make it happen. So we've gone through and got the tools out because I think we can't wait. We're gonna go through and mock up one of these PRP seats, and we're gonna figure out what we need to get in terms of material to get them Frenched in there. So we've got the Tecton tools laid out. We're gonna go through, unbolt one of these early Bronco seats. We're gonna lay it out, we'll mock it all up, and we'll keep you guys up to date with how it goes.
When my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel. Been saving every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dog, but it never adds up at all.
This one's so much heavier with the
Coming around the riverbank where the old train was so sane. The very next thing you hear from me, I've been tied to a ball and chain.
Welcome home seat.
CJ5s are tight.
Yes, they are.
Oh, God. Oh no.
Well,
Okay.
this time tomorrow,
Okay.
reckon I don't know
That wasn't graceful. Should I do it again? Should I make it look cooler? Okay, I'm gonna make it look cooler. Dropping it.
back in Tennessee.
I'm here. I just flew in. Feels pretty good once it's bolted down. That's a little tight. I'm thinking slide it back, and we need to move this so I can get a hair over. Do you know what I'm saying? So like maybe an inch this way, maybe half an inch this way, and then half an inch back, and that'll do it. If we can go back any more, I think it would be a little helpful, but if not, because of these wheel tubs, we'll make it work.
Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay, hey, yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
That's it. If you're bigger than 5'8", it's still not working though. So we're gonna go ahead and get this best top put on just because we're going for visuals today. We're gonna go through and clean up everything at a later date and get it all dialed in to actually drive around. But for now, we wanted to get everything mocked up. So looking forward to getting this guy on to get my noggin and my Irish complexion out of the sun.
Do you remember what happened 4 years ago on the Rubicon Trail?
I wore a tank top. I got made fun of for my armpit hair, and I burnt like a lobster. And I still might wear a tank top this year. I still might burn like a lobster, but this is going to protect me a little bit more than how I was before. I think we were just rocking your sunshade and your JK. Let's see what we got here. Got some hardware right here. Got some new brackets to go on the back, and then I've got some buttons that it looks like you drill into the front. There's instructions. We'll read them. So we got the best top on. That was a seamless process. I mean, I think we probably spent all of 5 minutes getting it on. There's 2 buttons on the window frame that this Jeep already had on there. You might have to drill some in on yours. And then there's also a channel across the front window frame that we slid the lip of the best stop in, cast it back over the roll cage. I had one of the brackets from the previous soft top that was on here on there, so we're leaving that for nostalgia's taste, or for nostalgia's sake. And then we bolted one of the new brackets on, which was the same bolt hole length away. So the design hasn't changed much, and it was $100, and it has brought new life back to this Jeep. I'm very excited about it. $109, 1-day shipping. I ordered this yesterday. It's here. So, Rubicon ready, baby. Incredible. Well, I can't tell you how excited I am. We've got both the seats in here. They look great. Best top's on in a jiffy. That was beyond quick. I can't even tell you how fast that was. We've got all the PRP harnesses in the back. We'll get those on in the next episode, and we'll get these seats mounted in. And I think we're gonna run a harness bar behind the factory roll cage, or roll bar, excuse me. And we'll have it one step closer to the Rubicon Trail, y'all. We're looking forward to it, and we'll see you on the next episode, okay? And with that, our little surprise visit coming to a close. Didn't know it was going to be this productive of a day.